Ladies and gentlemen, good day, it's Special from Oz, and welcome back to Madden NFL 25. It's the fixture release. Love to see it. Let me just write something down, and we'll be good. So let's take a look at 26 season recap. Oh yeah, we crushed Kansas City. Sean McVay has done it again. So Blake Corum, the best. 2 out of 3 at bad. So yeah, let's go. So Super Bowl 61, this was called. Oh yeah, 61, okay. Alright, so let's take a look at the retirements. I can't remember if we saw the retirements last time, but I want to go through them again. But let's go through the weekly awards first. Oh yeah, Venable. Oh, Venable, who of all people. So let's see. Black Corn trusts that his coach will lead the team to the playoffs. Let's view the 2026 retirements. So Rob Hartenstein, I think we have seen some already. Wait, Carl... Wait, did I? I think I've seen this one already. Geno Smith is retired. I don't know about that. Travis Kelce has retired. Travis Kelce has retired. Wow. That's the end of an era then. Okay. So we're going to advance the week. Going to advance to the next season. Here we go. And we are playing San Francisco in week 1 for the 2nd year in a row. Or was it the 3rd year in a row? I'm going to try to find more Madden NFL 25 viewers. Okay, so we traveled to Detroit in season 1. Let's see what happens in season 2. Yeah, season 2, San Francisco. Oh my god, so we are taking on San Francisco at home in week 1 for the 3rd year in a row. 10:15 p.m. Jesus Christ. Right, let's see. I want to set the season goal, obviously. We said playoffs. And yeah, you know what? We'll go for playoffs. We won't check messages, but, let's see how we did in the preseason. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry, excuse me. Take a look at the schedule. Alright, so we took on the Texans, we won that one, then we won a close one against Jaguars, and then losing to Cleveland. Oh, it was a 1-point game. Okay. Alright, let's go with... Oh, crap, what am I doing? So to kick the season off, it's gonna be... us! Or not us, actually. So to kick the season off, very first game of the season, so no Thursday night kickoff. So it's going to be Washington versus the New York Giants. That game will be on Fox Sports. Fox will be the kickoff. So the LA Rams. So Sunday Night Football, it's going to be Green Bay versus Detroit on NBC. And we've got a Monday night doubleheader between Tampa Bay and New Orleans on ESPN. And then we've got the LA Rams taking on San Francisco at home in week 1 for the third year in a row. But this time, it's going to be on ESPN. How many rivalry games? We've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3. I've got 4 compared to the 10 men NFL 24. Let's see. Week 2. First night football, it will be Seattle versus Green Bay. And that one will be on Prime. Sunday night football, the Rams remain at home, taking on Minnesota. And you can catch that game on NBC. So a little bit of a short turnaround. Did we take on Minnesota before? We haven't taken them on in Season 3. Season 2, I'm going to look for the Season 2 one. Yeah, there's Season 2. We didn't take on Minnesota in Season 2 either. But did we take them on Season 1? Yes, we did. And we won 21-7. We hosted them. So that one's going to be on NBC. Monday Night Football, you got Dallas versus Washington on ESPN. Week 3 will kick off between Miami and the LA Chargers. That one's going to be on Prime. Rams versus Packers. Packers versus Rams. Green Bay will take on the Rams, and you can catch that game on Fox. The first daytime game. That's their first daytime game of the year or the season. Right, so did we take on Green Bay? We travelled to Green Bay. So I guess this changes everything. Or does it? Week 2, we also travelled to Green Bay on ESPN. So we've travelled to Green Bay 3 times for the third. This is our 3rd year in a row that we're travelling to Green Bay. Three goddamn years in a row. Wait, where's Season 1? I can't find it. Ah, there we go. We're hosting. This is the 4th year in a row that we're playing Green Bay. And the 3rd year in a row we're travelling in the Green Bay. So yeah, we're going to keep it on Fox because we should change it to CBS, but we're going to keep it on Fox. Because, well, we don't know. Let me just put that in. Oh, for crap's sake. Yeah. Sunday Night Football, it's going to be Chicago versus Detroit on NBC. Monday Night Football, we got Houston versus Jacksonville on ESPN. We'll be back shortly. Week 4 will kick off when the LA Chargers host Cleveland on Prime on Thursday Night Football. Then we've got the LA Rams taking on Seattle versus Seattle. And you can catch that game on Fox. Then we've got Sunday Night Football between Las Vegas and Jacksonville on NBC. And we've got Monday Night Football between Denver and Kansas City on ESPN. Now week 5, surely we take on the Bears and the Lions, right? Well, week 5, it's Buffalo versus Miami on Prime Video. Well, not Prime Video, just Prime. Sunday Night Football, it's Denver versus Cincinnati on NBC. And on Monday Night Football, it's Philadelphia versus the LA Rams on ESPN. So 3 primetime games in the first 5 rounds. Now, do we take on Philadelphia? We can't seem to avoid Philadelphia. We took on them last season in Season 3. Season 2, we took on Philadelphia with that epic comeback. This time, the Rams were the host. And number 1, we took on Philadelphia again. So every season we're taking on Philadelphia. What is it with them wanting to put us against Green Bay and Philadelphia? Imagine if those two teams face off in the NFC Championship. That would be interesting. Week 6. We've got San Francisco versus Minnesota on Prime. Sunday twilight football, you've got Arizona versus the LA Rams. And you can catch that game on Fox Sports. Sunday night football, it's Philadelphia versus Atlanta in the Battle of the Birds on NBC. And on Monday night football, it's the New York Jets versus Washington on ESPN. Week 7. Week 7 kickoff on Thursday night football between New Orleans and Tampa Bay, an NFC South rivalry game on Prime. And it looks like the Rams have a bye week, interestingly enough. Bit early, but you know. We're better early than late, obviously. Because we didn't get the bye week to week 14 last season. Sunday night football, it's Detroit versus Dallas on NBC. And Monday night football, it's Carolina versus Atlanta on ESPN. Another NFC South rivalry game. We'll be back shortly. Just go get something else. Alright, we're back. So the first match of Thursday, we've got the New York Giants versus New York Jets. It's a MetLife rivalry game. It's a battle of New York. First night football on Prime. Then a Sunday afternoon game between Baltimore and the LA Rams. And we finally get to verse them, and this one will be on Fox. Now, last time we versed them in the Super Bowl, didn't we? In Season 1, wasn't it? Yes, it was Season 1. Right, Sunday Night Football, it's Las Vegas versus Detroit on NBC. Monday Night Football brings you Jacksonville versus Indianapolis on ESPN. Week 9, it's Philadelphia versus Carolina. First Night Football, it's Philadelphia versus Carolina on Prime. Sunday twilight, it'll be Seattle and another road game. That's 4 consecutive road games, but luckily there's a bye in between. It's Seattle versus the LA Rams. And that game, you can see it on Fox Sports. Sunday Night Football, it's Las Vegas versus Cincinnati on NBC. And Monday Night Football, it's Minnesota versus Chicago on ESPN. Now we take a look at the next game. It's going to be New England versus Indianapolis First Night Football on Prime. Then you got a Sunday twilight game. And the Rams finally return home. For the first time since week 4. They take on Arizona. And that game will be seen on Fox. Sunday Night Football. It's going to be Chicago versus Cincinnati on NBC. It's an interesting matchup. Chicago and Cincinnati. And Monday Night Football, it's Seattle versus Tampa Bay on ESPN. Let's see. Thursday Night Football will be Baltimore versus Cincinnati on Prime. Sunday Night Football will be Chicago versus Denver on NBC. And Monday Night Football will be the LA Rams versus Pittsburgh on ESPN. This is going to be a good one. When's the last time we versed Pittsburgh? Wait, was it season 2? No, was it season 1? I think it was season 1, let's see. No, it wasn't. So this is a unique matchup. Week 12, is this Thanksgiving week? This is Thanksgiving week, and Detroit will take on Chicago on Fox on the Thursday afternoon time slot. Then you've got the Thursday twilight time slot between Dallas and Philadelphia on CBS Sports, and New Orleans versus Tennessee on NBC. And the Rams will be taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And, whoa, the Rams get 3 consecutive home games to make up for it. And that game will be on Fox. Did these sides face off in Season 2? Yes, they did. The Rams were at home, but that was on Prime. Alright, Sunday Night Football will bring you Kansas City versus Minnesota on NBC. And Monday Night Football will bring you Texas versus Indianapolis on ESPN. Week 13. Here we go. Oh, it's a juicy one. It's the Baltimore Ravens. Thursday Night Football will bring you Baltimore versus Pittsburgh on Prime. Sunday Night Football, it will bring you Detroit versus the LA Rams on NBC. Just like it was in real life back in Season 1. The year was 2024. And I remember that game. And I was pissed off that we lost that game in overtime. And that also happened on NBC. So back-to-back NBC matchups. Twice in less than a year. So 1, 2, 3. We've got 5 primetime games. But we do go on to lights against Detroit on NBC. So it's Detroit versus the LA Rams on NBC. And Monday Night Football, it's Washington versus Dallas on ESPN. Week 14. So that means we're going to be taking on the Bears. So First Night Football will bring you Houston versus Cleveland on Prime. Sunday Night Football, it's the LA Rams versus Cincinnati. And you can catch that game also on NBC. That will be our 6th primetime game. Because, wait, we versed Detroit in the divisional round and we crushed them. We friggin' crushed them. Did we take on Cincinnati in Season 2? No, yes, we did actually. Week 14, we beat them 26-8. Monday Night Football will bring you Minnesota versus Seattle on ESPN. Alright, it's week 15. We got a Sunday afternoon game. But let's take a look at the Thursday night game. It's Pittsburgh versus Baltimore on Prime. It looks like the Lions have another Sunday night game, this time on the road. But let's focus on the Sunday afternoon game. So, we take on Cleveland on the road. That one's going to be on Fox. Let's take a look. Sunday Night Football, it's Denver versus Detroit on NBC. And Monday Night Football, it's Cincinnati versus Kansas City on ESPN. Week 16. It's First Night Football between Chicago and Seattle on Prime. Sunday Twilight Football will bring you San Francisco versus the LA Rams. You can catch that game on Fox. Sunday Night Football, it's Philadelphia versus Dallas on NBC. And Monday Night Football, it's Atlanta versus Indianapolis on ESPN. Now let's take a look at week 17. First, the final Thursday Night Football game for the season. And it's the New York Jets versus New England. And the Battle of the News on Prime. Thursday Night Football. Sunday, it's got to be the LA Rams versus Chicago. You can catch that game right here on Fox. Now, when was the last time we versed Cleveland? Okay, Chicago. I don't think we versed Chicago last time. We keep versing Green Bay and Philadelphia for some reason. And, yeah, we versed Chicago in week 4 of the first season. Right. Sunday night, it's Dallas versus Kansas City on NBC. And Monday Night Football, it's the final Monday Night Football for the season. It's Jacksonville versus Tampa Bay on ESPN. Week 18, please. We have got Minnesota. Oh, no, hang on. Let's see. Sunday Twilight. GG's, it's going to be the Rams versus Jacksonville. And you can catch that game on CBS Sports. And the Sunday night game, the final game of the regular season, it will be Minnesota versus Detroit on NBC. So let's take a look at the recap. So, for the third year in a row, the LA Rams will be hosting San Francisco in week 1 of the regular season. The Rams will host the Vikings. When they travel to Wisconsin to take on Green Bay, they host Seattle before traveling to Philadelphia, Arizona, bye week, Baltimore, and Seattle before home games against Arizona, Pittsburgh, and Atlanta. Before traveling to Motor City to take on the Detroit Lions, they then host the Bengals, travel to Cleveland and Santa Clara before hosting Chicago and Jacksonville. That does it for this video. Good luck to all the teams. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I will be back on the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye for now. And look, Rams and 49ers game of the week. Piss off. I don't think the 49ers even made it. Alright, take care, my fellow Kickassians. Bye for now.